Hi, friends. Welcome to Social Studies with Miss Shin today. Today, we're going to talk about rules, rights, and responsibilities. But first, let's start with our learning intentions. Today, we are learning to recognize and explain the necessity of rules and laws and why they are important to a society so that we can have a positive impact in our communities. We will be successful when we can identify the three branches of government and explain the responsibilities each branch has. The first branch we're going to discuss today is the legislative branch. The legislative branch has the power to create laws. They can also change or amend laws. The legislative branch consists of the Senate and the House of Representatives. The next branch we're going to discuss today is the executive branch. The executive branch has the power to sign laws. They also have the responsibility to make sure that laws are carried out. They appoint Supreme Court justices and other federal judges. The executive branch consists of the president, the vice president, and the cabinet. The last branch we're going to discuss today is the judicial branch. The judicial branch has the responsibility to judge big issues. They judge the law, and they also make sure that the laws are constitutional. The judicial branch is made up of judges, justices, and the Supreme Court. All right, friends, so we are going to watch this video to learn a little more about each branch and why they are important and necessary in our society.
Have you ever wondered who has the authority to make laws or punish people who break them? When we think of power in the United States, we usually think of the president, but he does not act alone. In fact, he is only one piece of the power puzzle, and for very good reason. When the American Revolution ended in 1783, the United States government was in a state of change. The founding fathers knew that they did not want to establish another country that was ruled by a king. So the discussions were centered on having a strong and fair national government that protected individual freedoms and did not abuse its power. When the new Constitution was adopted in 1787, the structure of the infant government of the United States called for three separate branches, each with their own powers, and a system of checks and balances. This would ensure that no one branch would ever become too powerful, because the other branches would always be able to check the power of the other two. These branches work together to run the country and set guidelines for us all to live by. The legislative branch is described in Article 1 of the U.S. Constitution. Many people feel that the founding fathers put this branch in the document first because they thought it was the most important. The legislative branch is comprised of 100 U.S. senators and 435 members in the U.S. House of Representatives. This is better known as the U.S. Congress. Making laws is a primary function of the legislative branch, but it is also responsible for approving federal judges and justices, passing the national budget, and declaring war. Each state gets two senators and some number of representatives, depending on how many people live in that state. The executive branch is described in Article 2 of the Constitution. The leaders of this branch of government are the president and vice president, who are responsible for enforcing the laws that Congress sets forth. The president works closely with a group of advisors known as the cabinet. These appointed helpers assist the president in making important decisions within their area of expertise, such as defense, the treasury, and homeland security. The executive branch also appoints government officials, commands the armed forces, and meets with leaders of other nations. All that combined is a lot of work for a lot of people. In fact, the executive branch employs over 4 million people to get everything done. The third branch of the U.S. government is the judicial branch and is detailed in Article 3. This branch is comprised of all the courts in the land, from the federal district courts to the U.S. Supreme Court. These courts interpret our nation's laws and punish those who break them. The highest court, the Supreme Court, settles disputes among states, hears appeals from state and federal courts, and determines if federal laws are constitutional. There are 9 justices on the Supreme Court, and unlike any other job in our government, Supreme Court justices are appointed for life, or for as long as they want to stay. Our democracy depends on an informed citizenry, so it is our duty to know how it works and what authority each branch of government has over its citizens. Besides voting, Chances are that sometime in your life you will be called upon to participate in your government, whether it is to serve on a jury, testify in court, or petition your congressperson to pass or defeat an idea for a law. By knowing the branches, who runs them, and how they work together, you can be involved, informed, and intelligent.
Okay, friends, so let's review. What are the three branches of government? Hmm, that's right. I hope you said the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial branch. So, who is responsible? Who works in the legislative branch, and what is the legislative branch's job? That's right. I hope you said the Senate, the House of Representatives, and their job is to write, edit, and pass laws. Who works in the executive branch, and what is their job? That's right, the president, the vice president, and their job is to make sure laws are being enforced. So, what about the judicial branch? That's where we find judges and juries, the Supreme Court, and their job is to decide if laws have been broken or if laws are constitutional. All right, friends. So today we learned to recognize and explain the necessity of rules and laws and why they are important to a society so that we can have a positive impact in our communities. We will be successful when we can identify the three branches of government and explain the responsibility each branch has. So in your seesaw assignment, you are going to identify um, who is in each branch of government and what that branch's job is. So if you need a reminder, you can read these paragraphs over here to help you out. Don't forget when you are all done, press the green check so your teacher can see all the fabulous work that you have done. All right, friends. Thanks for doing social studies with me today. I will see you next time.